Good afternoon. I just wanted to take a few minutes to help you prepare for our worship at the Kirk this coming Sunday on May 3rd. We will be having communion this Sunday, approved by the session and the denomination. It is so important during this time that we are apart from each other, that we can have something that brings us together. Earlier this week, our college Bible study was looking at the passage from Acts 2 when we hear about how the people were coming together for meals in Christ's name and the way that that built up the church community. While we cannot come together physically right now, we are still coming together spiritually. We are still coming together within our homes and branching out virtually through this live stream on Sunday morning. As we keep that in mind, we still do want to come together over the most important meal, over the Last Supper. And I want to help y'all think things through as you prepare for that on Sunday. Find a special place in your house. Maybe it's a place that you may not usually live stream worship from. Right now, I'm in our little breakfast area in the house. This is where we have all of our meals. If I were going to be at home for worship on Sunday, this is probably where I would have communion with my husband during worship. Maybe it's in your dining room, or maybe you're outside at your table in the backyard. But find a place to do that. You can set up a candle and light it during service when we do the peace candle and set the mood. If you have a Guatemala scarf or a piece of fabric that you love, you can drape your table with that. After you set the space, you need to find the elements. The elements are the bread and the wine, the bread and the cup that we use in worship each Communion Sunday. At the Kirk, we use Welch's grape juice, which I highly recommend. If you can't get out to the store, if you can't find grape juice, because so many people are doing communion this week, use what's around your house. I have pulled out apple juice, and you can also use wine if you'd like, if you want to go back to the way Christ did it. You can also just use water. It can be in anything. So I've got my favorite wine glass or just a juice glass. You can even, some people might want to do coffee in their Kirk coffee mug. So that's what you'll use in the place of the cup. For bread, you can just get a piece of bread from your loaf of bread that you've been having sandwiches with. You can go the cracker route. I've got some wheat thins right here. You can even bake a loaf of bread. So this is actually a loaf of Amish friendship bread that I made this past weekend. If I were having communion at home this Sunday, I would probably use the Amish bread and the apple juice. So look around your pantry, find something. Maybe with notice you have time to make a loaf of bread with your kids and talk to them about what's in the bread and how Christ works with us, the way we work with bread. Make it a meaningful weekend-long event, possibly. I hope that you do have time to find these elements and set the space. If you have children, bring them into the conversation. Ask them what space in the house they would like to use for communion. Maybe have them help you go through the pantry and set something aside purposely for communion this weekend. We can't touch this juice box or this bread because this is for communion. Have that conversation with them. If you have any questions or if you need help finding these elements, please let any of us pastors know. We would love to help you with that. And in the meantime, I pray that you have a wonderful weekend, that you are able to enjoy some of the beautiful weather. You may hear my birds in the background outside. And I pray that you will continue to find ways to gather together, even as we are apart. Peace be with you all. And I will see you during live stream worship this coming Sunday.